Good morning and greetings from Northumberland on the 27th of February. The month is nearly over. We're also at the end of this first complete week in Lent. Tomorrow is the second Sunday in Lent and we move on. Today in the Gospel we are moved on to the saying of Jesus, these powerful sayings of Jesus about being the bread of life. The feeding of the Israelites with manna in the desert is the symbol that is used. But Jesus talks about his being the bread of life. And this brings us to one of the most difficult things for me, and I think for many, many Christians in this pandemic and the way in which things have been in the last year. When the lockdown began last year and we couldn't go into church at all, I didn't celebrate the Eucharist here at home, except on Easter Day and on Pentecost. I felt that in some way I shouldn't be celebrating the Eucharist if others could not share in it. My practice has changed after we had the opening up in the summer and the two shorter lockdowns, and during this latter time I have continued to celebrate the Eucharist with Lynn as my congregation and filmed it and shared it within our benefice. And I've done this because there seemed to be a general desire to be able to share in the service. We do it very simply in 20-25 minutes, to share in the service in this way. But for me, as we come to each Sunday particularly, and to other times when we would celebrate the Eucharist, there is a great feeling of bereavement, really, that we are unable to share in this thing which is distinctively Christian. Christians distinctively mark their relationship, their prayer life with God by praying morning and evening, and for some others at other times in the day, but above all by the breaking of bread and the sharing of the cup, because that is what Jesus told us to do. He set us the example of going away to pray, but he told us, he said, do this in remembrance of me. And so for me, the greatest hardship and the greatest diminishment of this time has been the inability to share the Eucharist as Christian communities. And it's only made bearable by the fact that it's temporary. And one can understand those Christian communities where the celebration of the Eucharist was banned totally, very quickly coming to ways of doing this in a clandestine, in a secret way, the ancient Christians meeting in the catacombs or wherever and celebrating the Eucharist, celebrating the liturgy in secret so that they could still share in this commandment of Christ, so that they could still fulfill the command to do this in remembrance of me. I know there have been some communities that have carried on celebrating even during the ban. I couldn't agree with this. I understand it, but I couldn't agree with this, because at the moment we are denying ourselves for the good of all. But as that necessity is removed, then for all of us, I think, our priority as we come to Easter and as we move through the summer must be to gather again as communities of prayer and Eucharistic communities to share the life and love of Jesus as he commanded us. Because what Jesus wants to do is to feed us, simply to feed us with the bread of his body, the wine of his blood, so that we may be sustained and we may be empowered by his life. I hope and I pray that this Eucharistic fast is coming to an end. I can't see that it has been or could be of any benefit to us. It has been something to be endured in a particular situation. But we pray now that we may move forward to fulfill the command of Jesus and to receive his life very, very soon. May God bless us all.